Hello, Internet! A very good day, evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Very much welcome to today's live stream. Well, let me just first start off with saying hello to everybody. Let me see what's going on in the chat. Hello, everybody. Or afternoon or whatever. I'm gonna wait just a little bit because I literally just went live. If you're just joining in, get yourself settled, get excited. Don't forget to hit the like button because really appreciate your support. Gonna do a live stream for about, I don't know how long we're gonna go on, 40 to 1 hour. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna go over some technical analysis. We're gonna talk crypto. We're gonna interact with each other and yeah, well, what can I say? I'm looking very much forward to this. So yeah, give me a big hello in the chat so that I know that you can hear me and that everything is working fine on the technical side of things. And yeah, so well, what can I say? So why am I doing this live stream here? Well, first of all, because it's Friday evening and I kind of want to it's a nice way to wrap up the week. We've had quite a nice trading week, in my opinion. Very nice volatility gotten there in the crypto space this week, all across though. So it's not only Bitcoin. We also saw some great volatility throughout the alts. Mostly in the red though, but hey, as a trader, it doesn't matter, because we traded left, right, center, we traded long, we traded short for us. As a trader, or actually I should say for me as a trader, I don't care which way price is trading, whether it's gonna go up, whether it's gonna go down, who knows, all I need to know is that it travels in a certain direction and then I can make an informed decision. So yeah, so the end of the week is a good one for me. Kind of gives a nice feeling to wrap up this, well, volatile week, as I already said. But also, I kind of asked on Twitter. Like, hey, can I get some thumbs up over here? Can I get some thumbs up? And if I get enough, then I will do a live stream. So I'm a man of my word. Let's be honest, the request was not even that high, but I got really nice support, way more than I asked for. So thank you ever so much for that. And now I'm gonna ask you the same thing. So just if you're in there, we have about 700 viewers right now, only 200 likes. So just smash that like to help the algorithm and so that everybody can benefit from watching this free YouTube live stream and the analysis that I'm going to give you guys in a second. So yeah, the very nice week. Still here doing a little bit of an introduction so that people can drop in. So welcome everybody. If you're just joining just now, very much welcome everybody. Yeah, it has been really a nice week. We already did we had loads of content actually being released within our group. Where we had actually some guests, where we had one of our well-respected members who has been studying within the group from the very beginning and now has developed he has worked his way up to a certain to the level where he is actually able to do everything on his own and also giving back to the community. So what we did this week, we are doing a new type of series of live streams where we do chart champion invites, where we invite members that have learned and studied within the group to just have a little chat, get to know them a little better, and what was their journey like, how did they started out, and how did they find their edge or routine within this, well, very lucrative profession, so to speak, because that is what trading is. It is a profession. It is not a gambling or it's not a casino. We are here to educate make educated, well, guesses is maybe not the right word, but we make decisions based on information that we do through technical analysis. So here in Chart Champions, we are very much focused on reading the charts as they are and as they come, without having too much of a bias. Of course, from that analysis, we can actually generate a bias. So we are not the type, or at least, again, I should speak for myself. Actually, I'm not the type of trader that likes to read the news, for example. I think it's way too time consuming. And I also don't think it's relevant, because I truly believe that you can read every single movement that has come, that is about to come, and that, you know, and how that is going to progress over time. You can find clues all the time in the chart. You know, it's like a puzzle. It's really exciting, and you can use all these tools to draw and sketch out ideas and concepts. And yeah, I don't know, like maybe like I just get really passionate about it, you know, and this is what I love about doing technical analysis, and that passion that I have for this charting, that is really what is my mission to you know, hopefully inspire you as well to also become passionate, to get excited to learn this, and you know, to get to the next level, and to actually transform from going into crypto, having no clue what you're doing, being dependent on others, by actually providing education. And that is what we do in the group, so that you can do all these things on your own. Yeah, so I immediately went kind of off topic over here. But yeah, you know, I get carried away when I talk about these things, because I really love technical analysis and I love trading. So this video, I'm going to walk you through some of the analysis that will explain how price has behaved this week, and you know, where are we at right now. So I think it's going to be an interesting one. Everybody is now starting to roll and tune into the stream, so very much welcome once again if you've just joined. Just don't forget to smash these like buttons, and if you want to keep updated for more videos in the future, also, you know, hit that bell button, so that makes sure that you get actually a notification on occasions like this when we go live. So yeah, I would say without further ado, let's just begin. Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has been in a very interesting region, I would say. We have basically hit massive resistance over the last week, right? So and by the way, just a little shout out for all the support that we've gotten over here. If you're just here to like hear long or short, then you know, really this channel is really not for you. So this is a channel where I like to talk about what is going to happen in the chart, but really don't expect that I'm gonna tell that Bitcoin is going to go up or down. What I want to do is show you how I approach the chart and show you my thought profile, and that is the purpose of this stream. So if you don't like that, or if this is not for you, then you're at the wrong address. So then I highly recommend you stop the stream right now and go watch another YouTuber that does give signals, for example. That is not what we're doing, because personally, as a personal trader, I don't believe in that. So having that said, also cleared that out of the way, let's talk Bitcoin. So what has transpired on Bitcoin? Bitcoin has been in very much sideways price action over the last, what would you say, 3 weeks or something like that. This is important to know, because that is how you are actually able to view what is going to potentially happen in the future, right? So it's called context building. It's really important. If you don't have the context, it's really difficult to actually, well, anticipate the next move. So you know, small, you know, like a small context building over here. We have been pretty much in a sideways range. You could even class this as some sort of an upward sloping triangle looking like this, or if you connect it to this low, you can connect it to this. Then we have more or less the top of that triangle going over here, completing that triangle. And you can see that we have traveled out of that triangle. Well, there were clues there. So initially, of course, you can class this as a breakout, right? Because let us be honest. While we were actually breaking through this level, we had actually quite some buying interest showing up. And I'm talking hundreds of millions of longs opening up. So initially, it's not the worst breakout, to be 100% honest. However, if you're able to tie this into the larger context of things, wasn't the greatest breakout ever, so to speak, right? That also makes sense because we're not only in this range, but ultimately, if you even zoom out to, let's say, a weekly chart, you could also even go as far as to say that we have been literally in a sideways consolidating market since 2021. So that is already almost 2 years. Almost. Well, 1.5 years. My apologies. 1.5 years of going sideways, and that explains a lot. That explains a lot why price is moving a little bit slower than, for example, what we got used to when we were actually trading back in late or in early 2021 or late 2020, for example. It's a totally different dynamic than that we're in right now. That is important to understand because that also gave the clue as to why this break of this local range, of this local so-called upward sloping triangle, could be classed as fairly weak. Not only that, we also have had a massive resistance level, which in the Champions Group has been a known level literally since we put in the low here, $34,000. This has been a really big target ever since. For multiple reasons. I've explained my own reasons in the stream that we've done last weekend. But the one, I would say the quickest way to explain this is really because we've gotten a Gartley harmonic over here, where we would connect X to the A, we have a retracement into the CC, retracement again, and then we end up going to the 786 Fibonacci level. So as you can see, we have a CC over here, we have another CC over here, right? We have a wick down below, so to be fair, that is basically the idea. And then in the end, you can expand or improve this Fibonacci level to the 786. So I myself have not traded from this particular technical analysis level. For me, there was a different reason, which for me was the Fibonacci 1-to-1 extension. As you can see over here, same result, different technical analysis, but same result and same outlook. So that established for me a very strong level. There were much more confluences, but here you already see a harmonic, a 786, and a 1-to-1 extension. Whoops, sorry about that. And a 1-to-1 extension. That is already 3 types of confluence. And for me, 2 or higher confluences, technical confluences that line up with each other, is for me worth taking a trade from. And that's exactly what I did. And for good reason, because, in the end, we have definitely had a very big decline over here of about 12%. In the process, actually changing key market structure, making this a local downtrend at the moment. And that is where we are at right now. So how am I going about the current price action right now? Honestly, it's really, if you know the right tools and if you know how to apply them, it is not really that difficult. Why, you might ask? So, Mike, show me, you might think. Well, why not? For me, I am looking at this channel over here, and you can see that we have, actually, let me just adjust that slightly. Need to check back. I need to cheat a little bit just to make sure that I've, because this is the one that I look for from here to here to here. Yes, exactly. So this is the channel that I am looking at currently, actually, as you can see how I build it, connecting this high with this high this high, with a verification high, kind of in the middle, you know. You could also go as far as, connected to this high, for example. In the end, it doesn't really matter that much. What does matter, though, if you go down to the slightly lower time frame, what for me is really important is that that midline of that channel is well respected. And that is what we have. Not once, not twice, but 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. This one we fell through actually, but we did backtest it, fairly accurate, and from there on out we have then dropped to that bottom of the channel, and you can see how really respected that is. The first touch, we actually had a bounce. So if you're a lower term time frame trader, like a scalp trader, that is tradable as a scalp trader. Then we took that low out again, and we have been putting in a range for about a day. And that brings us now to this latest progression in price. And this latest progression in price, in my opinion, is the one that I'm going to show you right now. Because what is going on here right now? If we lose this channel, it's not really looking great for the bulls. Let's be honest, right? Because we have few things against us. We've got rejection of a really big time frame level. We are losing a local channel. And then even locally, we're losing a local range. So if you're bullish on Bitcoin, for example, this is the thing. If you're like super bullish on Bitcoin, you can still be bullish on Bitcoin. But the real question is this the time to get involved? Now, let that question sink in for yourself. Is this the right moment, right? I'm not going to give you the answer on a silver plate, but I am going to give you clues as to, how you can view that. So that is the scenario currently, right? So remember that 3 factors: higher term time frame resistance, having a change of market structure, and losing a local channel, and now even a local range. So what do you think is going to happen? You think Bitcoin is just going to bounce like this, going to 100K now? Or do you think Bitcoin might go down a little bit lower, touch some other levels first, and then maybe have another moment of reflection on the chart, for example? So that is the question. And that is what is at the moment basically unfolding. So what I want to focus on right now is that we have been in this range over here. So let's take it to the next level, right? So let's take it to the next level. I would really like to ask you, would really appreciate it. I'm out here giving you quality technical analysis. In a moment, I'm going to show you the beating heart of the price action, where you can see basically the aorta of Bitcoin. Smash those likes, please. Smash those likes. It helps everybody. It doesn't cost you anything. Just a single click on the mouse button. Smash them up. Get them as high as possible, so that everybody is gonna see that we're doing a live YouTube video, and everybody can then benefit from this type of information. Having that said, let me just quickly, in the meantime, so hit those likes, please, and let me quickly look in the chat if we can interact a little bit. So if you have a question or something like that, then just let me know, and I will take a look at it. I see here, no real questions, to be honest. Let me see if we go. Who do we got in the chat over here? Who do we got? Well, not so much. Not so much questions as of yet. So if you have any questions, just feel free to write them in the chat. No problem at all. Hello, everybody. Hello, Nick. Hello, Tales of the Crypto Investor. Nice nickname, mate. Hello, Sam. Welcome. Can you show us how to set up a Gartley, please? You know what? This is something that we do teach in the module, but I'm in a really good vibe today, right? So yeah, why not? So a Gartley harmonic generally is a harmonic that is constructed based off of Fibonacci, right? So if you have, so pay attention. This is a free nugget that I'm going to give you. for free. So if you have Fibonacci, right, you have the legendary CC, right? So these red lines, right? And then let's say price is going down. And if you follow our videos, then you know that this is usually a great way where price is at least having a reaction. So this is what we call the CC pool Fibonacci level, the special Fibonacci level. And then we have another bounce. And this is never a guarantee. So remember, trading is always probabilities, never 100% certain that something is going to happen. But if you get a reaction then of that same thing, but then in the reverse, then you can kind of guess where price might go, right? And that would be the 786. If you could connect that in a pattern, that is when you create a certain harmonic. And this is just one of the many types of harmonics that you can actually get, right? That is one of the many types of harmonics that you can get. So this is one. This is the one that I'm just showing you right now. This is not a perfect one. There's never a guarantee that it's going to play out. And also, I would highly recommend to never ever just blindly just assume that it's going to work out. You need more knowledge, you need more information in order to verify if those levels are actually correct, right? And that is what you do with more types of technical analysis. And that is really why you need to study this. And this is really why you need to invest time, effort, and screen time into this, into understanding how that works. And you know, it is hard work, but if you do put in that hard work and if you put in that time, then you are an independent person that can make its own decisions. Now, what is worth more to you? You know, and again, this is a question that I cannot answer for you. Do you wish people to tell you what to do, or is your goal to make your decisions all by yourself? That's a question that you have to answer for yourself. So I'm really starting to sound like really lectury here. So let's lighten it up a little bit. Thank you guys for showing that support, by the way. So hope that is insightful for you guys. Let me know in the chat if you guys like this little intermezzo. So yeah, what is going on here locally right now? All right, so we've basically been ranging. So let's just make this chart clean again, and let us take a look at what is going on over here. So why did we had this move upside? So you know, this is more for the more local term time frame traders. So if you're a professional trader, then you kind of like to trade these moves. Typically, depends, not everybody, but a lot of traders who spend their time on charts like this as a profession, you know, this can be useful. But what happened over here? I mean, we had a bounce of almost 2%, right? So think about that. It's a big move. So how is it possible that happened? Well, this is all really easily explainable. Why? Well, because as we had the drop, we had a lots of people shorting the breakdown. You know, people telling you to short because we're going down. Maybe we are going to go down, but again, the question that I asked in the beginning, is this the right moment to do that, right? Maybe you can be right on the direction, but that doesn't mean that you're able to actually benefit from it, right? And that is why you need to educate yourself, in my opinion. So what happened here on this drop? We had a lot of shorts actually increasing, basically a lot of increase in open interest, as you can see over here. So we had this drop happening on, you know, on an increase in volume. You know, we had generally the average volume in here was about 2 to 3 million per candle. Then actually we had that latest drop in price, and I am talking about literally now, actually yes, am I talking about? I am talking about this latest drop in price, right? About this latest decline over here. And you can clearly see that, you know, this is where the volume, we accelerated in price. We have an increase in volume. We have an increase in people aggressively trying to short through the level, only to then actually basically short squeeze up. And how do I know that? Well, you see all these bars going down. That indicates that people are actually leaving the market rather than entering the market. So, it's basically people getting pushed out of the market, getting that liquidity done. Now, why did we bounce from that level specifically? Well, that is basically, in my opinion, just from market structure. Is basically the previous high, isn't it? Right? Because I already drew this kind of zone. Now look how very well respected this is, right? First, you come in here, you have a little bit of breathing space, you drop, establish the low, you crawl up really choppy in the middle of a range, you test that high from here again for a first time, you have a big drop in price, people expecting this to drop down. Instead, there are some people with bigger pockets thinking in a different way, and they think, you know what, let's first squeeze them out. And that is what happened over here until a very technical level, once again to the top of the range, before we actually are having our next attempt to break this range. So what is going on here right now, right? So we are having bearish market structure at the moment. We are attempting to lose this level. Let me see, we have a lot of volume coming in. Over here in that candle currently we have, what else we have had, let me switch to a more advanced template over here. We have now actually people aggressively shorting over here, so there is now selling pressure coming in. And the fact why this might actually follow through right now is because we are below those previous levels. We are trading outside of this zone right now, so we are actually now in the process of losing this level, with a lot of interest showing to the downside, right? So that is what is going on at the moment. Not really entirely sure what happened over here. It seems that a big long got stopped out over here. Is this useful? No, it's not really that useful, to be honest. Let's flip back to this one. And let us see if we have a little bit of progression in that price. So at the moment, I wouldn't be surprised that we have a further drop to the downside. Where that may be is something that I would judge off of the momentum. So that the moment that the volume is going to dry up, then you have a chance of a bounce. If that bounce is gonna look good, then you have a chance of a reversal. So it's always step by step by step by step. So yeah, at the moment we're kind of just, like I said, in the process of losing this level. So at the moment I expect continuation to the downside. Should we reclaim this level then, right? Then you can more expect, a little bit more upside for a bounce to begin, once again to this top of the range. And for now, that basically tells us that, it's going to be a little bit of a waiting game, and this is also an important part of trading, in my opinion. Being able to wait, be patient, and just let chart progress. Yeah, so sometimes you just need to wait a little bit. So while we wait, what can we talk about, right? So let's just leave this sit in for a minute, and yeah, come back to this in a second. Yeah, I do think that besides the volatility of Bitcoin this week, and altcoins as well, by the way, actually has been well quite correlated with our volatility within the group, so to speak. You might wonder, what am I talking about? Well, I don't know. I've personally had a really good week, and that is also why I'm in such a good mood, because I have the feeling we just released our new website. You guys we have 2 public video released by by 2 team members, Igor and Victor. They did a public video, which was really cool to see. So Igor, Victor, if you're watching, shout out to you guys. Yeah, they're also coaches within Chart Champions, and phenomenal teachers as well. So it's just really cool that they're also now joining in and you know, sharing their thoughts within the community, but also publicly, even giving you guys free content. So I think that's really shaping up really nicely. Also, we have released a new feature this week, and I think I'm really impressed with the popularity of this. I honestly did not expect that. I love the interaction that people have in that group. So we've launched a new idea where, you know, where people can study a chart, do their own technical analysis, and really implement everything that we teach in these modules in a very safe environment, right? So I basically post a chart, and then it is up to the members to they have a week or 2 weeks of time to do their analysis and put everything into practice that they are studying for. And then after 2 weeks, then I'm making a video and walking through doing an in-depth analysis on that specific chart. And this chart can be anything. It can be a stock chart, it can be an altcoin, it can be Bitcoin, you know. So yeah, I think that's a really great addition to the community. And not even the idea in itself, but what I find even more heartwarming really is that so many people are actively participating and also getting motivated to, you know, to do their technical analysis and also help each other out. So that is like really heartwarming for me, and that makes me just so excited to, you know, to teach, really, because this is really what I love: collaboration, the sense of community. Yeah, almost getting sentimental here, really. So yeah, so I don't really want to go too deep into that, but yeah, just amazing. It's just amazing. I really love it. And now we're here, you know, live, public, Friday evening, great, having a great time. Normally I would drink a beer, but actually I'm a little bit tired, so I'm drinking a Cola Zero at the moment. Healthy choice. Um, Let me see what is going on in the chat. Do you agree that higher price but lower volume is bearish? The textbook answer is yes. However, I don't really like the word bullish or bearish anymore, because that can lead you to a bias. However, the answer is pretty much yes, because if a move, let's say you have a move going down like this, right, that has a strong trend to the downside with lots of volume. If you then actually have that bounce happening on a decrease in volume, so that basically shows us that less people are actually interested in trading into that direction, right? So that can actually show you a certain type of weakness. Of course, if you then decrease again, and then out of nowhere you do have the volume coming in, because that the incoming volume is something you basically cannot predict. I'm saying this carefully, because if you're really skilled, then you actually can. But generally, if you're learning, then it's almost impossible to predict when and where volume is going to come in, because it only needs one person to think differently than you, and you know, your idea is invalidated. Period. You know, no matter how good you are, no matter how well you can read the chart, it just takes one person with a different mindset than you, that thinks different, that has deeper pockets than you, and that's where you go. So always be aware for that. What I would say, and that is a golden nugget that I'm again giving out for free here. So write it down, guys. Let me see what else. I'll open a beer for you. Cheers, mate. Thank you for that. Cheers. Appreciate that. People laughing at me for drinking cola, or for calling Cola Zero healthy. I agree. Well, okay, it's maybe not the most healthy choice. I do agree, but from drinks with a lot of sugar, um, well, it's still not healthy, but less unhealthy. Hopefully, I saved myself out of this one. Um, hopefully, I saved myself out of this one. Let me see. Let me scroll through a little bit. It's a little bit difficult to read all these messages. I appreciate it, but it's a bit difficult to read. Hi, Mike. Here's a question. How long have you been trading? About everything combined, I think 4 years now. Where I'm actively trading cryptocurrencies. I've been meddling with the markets a little bit before that, but actually, when I considered this as a serious career, I guess it's about, yeah, really coming on for that. Just realizing that time has really flown by. That's so insane. Yeah, about 3 to 4 years. I think I can't remember exactly when I began, because it has been an on and off process, especially in the beginning, right? You get interested in something, you try out some stuff, and then you let it go maybe for a little bit, and then you keep coming back into it. And that is when, at least for me, when I found out, like, hey, you know what? I really like doing this. And this is when, so I don't recall the exact moment when I, yeah, really went all in, so to speak, because, yeah, every day, especially spending a day on the chart, tells a different story all the time. Every day is different. Every day something new happens, and that keeps it fresh, exciting, and also makes me realize that there's always something new to observe or to learn. And yeah, that is just really amazing. Yeah, so still going on sideways here in Bitcoin, by the way. Really not that much happening, not that much going on. Yeah, I see here, show the people the. Oh yeah, I can do that actually. I can show how the website actually looks like. Why not? While we're waiting, anyway, we have a little bit of time for some relaxation. Why not? So basically, this is our website, how it looks like. We literally have an entire learning platform, right? So this is the website where you can find some information on what it is, what we do, and everything like that. We have actually a spectator. We have 3 levels. So we have spectator, contenders, and champions. Spectator level is free. So if you want to try it out, then join as a spectator and see what it's all about, really. If you go to, oops, let me actually log in. 1 second. Let me log in. I almost wanted to read the numbers out loud, and then I just thought I'm doing a live stream, so maybe let's not do that. So if you then become a member and log in, then this is really where it's all at, right? So here you can see we have loads and loads of stuff. So we actually, if you're a spectator, for example, we have a beginner course, so you can see what it's all about. We have a massive video library where a lot of videos, basically all of our videos basically are. And you can already see we have daily updates, daily market updates from Coach George. We have occasional bonus videos where me, Daniel, or Victor, for example, go through like altcoins or the stock market or work on our Elliott wave count. Then we have, usually on Sundays, we have champion streams where we do live charting in depth with a chart from scratch. So we delete everything on the chart, we start over, and we do technical analysis. And the contenders one is theory. So this is where the courses are built around, right? So this is where you can actually have your own learning path, where you can start with the beginner's course, and the apprentice section, where if you've, let's say, if you've never ever traded before, then this is the place where you want to be. Then once you've got the basics down, you want to go to the more, a little slightly more advanced section, where you're going to learn all about Fibonacci channels, like the one that I just showed you on Bitcoin, for example. How do you create that, and you know, how can you validate those kind of things? And then, you know, on the expert level, we get all the nitty gritty, really difficult stuff, I would say. And then you have like the master level, and this is if you've understood every single video in depth, and what members are telling us is essentially that you at least need to watch these videos, all of them, at least twice, in order to really grasp its content. So, you know, there's loads and loads of content. I believe we now have over 300 hours, I think, of videos. Basically, and yeah, so lots of study materials, and on demand available as well. So if you want to try it out, you know, just get yourself an account and check out the beginner's course. It's for free, so why not? We had a little bit of a move from Bitcoin, so let's see what that means. Well, I'm not really impressed, to be honest, with this. We're not back in the channel, or not back yet. Oops. Let's take a little look. I'm really not so impressed with this at the moment. Looks still fairly weak. Basically some late shorts getting punished over here. You can see that because the open interest going down. So not too impressed. Basically a back test of this old range. If we manage to actually reclaim this level, for example, 42,900, then we have a chance to actually get a little bit of a bounce going on into that previous day value area low, and that VWAP over here, which is located at, well, essentially 43,300-ish. So that's the deal right now. Until then, I'm not too impressed, honestly, with this move. It's, yeah, you know, yeah, can't really do anything with this at the moment, you know. Conclusion is, yeah, price went up a little bit, and that's about it. Nothing much more you can do, really. Let me see if we can actually find a little bit of more information. We're still trading within the New York session currently, by the way. So that's about 1 hour left, 1 hour 15 minutes. Then we're trading into the post-market section, which we call the closing session. And then there's the session that leads up into the daily close, into the new day. Let me see what's going on over here. It's really working on this lower end of the channel right now. So at the moment, this is basically very important. So you know, if you draw some volume levels over here, then we can say that, okay, there's resistance. Well, pretty much at that 43,300. Lines up really nicely, as you can see, right? So we found some little bit of confluence over here, flipping back to this template. You know, yeah, lines up really nicely, to be honest. So we do have some nice confluence here for a bounce to occur, if it happens. If the bounce happens, then I would say that 43,300 level is going to be an important one. And I am talking about lower term time frame trades, right? So or not even trades. I'm not talking trades, by the way. I'm talking analysis, you know. So this is not financial advice. Keep that in mind. If you do decide to trade from it, well, I'm not going to stop you, but I'm not telling you to do anything. That is something that we will never ever do, by the way. We will never ever tell you what to do, because, you know, we like the freedom, so to speak. I like freedom, and I like my freedom, and I also respect yours, basically. I see a question here by Wesley. Good evening, my friend. Can you give us your thoughts about the rise? of price and declining open interest around 4 o'clock. Oh yeah, well yeah, that's what I kind of highlighted a little bit earlier, right? So this is basically, in my opinion, just a short squeeze. Shorts got a little bit got very happy as we were breaking down initially, which was over here, you see. So we are dropping below this channel line, and well, they got punished by setting up this squeeze basically up to the top of the range, and from there on out we got yet another rejection, because as we approach these highs, happened on extremely low volume essentially. So yeah, nothing too surprising, honestly. Makes a lot of sense. And now we are starting to spend some significant time actually outside of this range, right? So the longer time we actually spend outside of this range, the more difficult it will be for price to reclaim this level, right? Another golden nugget. There you go. Let me see. What do you think about a range over the weekend on Bitcoin? Well, yeah, I think it's very likely. Generally, in the weekend, volume kind of tapers off. I myself, I appreciate my own weekends, so I don't trade the weekends. And many other people also don't trade weekends, and that is one of the reasons why volume is kind of low on the weekend. So yeah, you know, the moves that happen within a weekend are ones that I usually don't really trust a lot. Doesn't mean that I'm gonna counter trade everything, but I'm always a little bit more cautious with bigger moves in the weekend, and usually tend to be a bit more conservative in my approach should a move over the weekend happen. I usually want to wait till some proper volume comes in, you know, during weekdays, and then go from there. That's what I like to do personally. Can you share more how you view CME gaps? Yes, I can be very short about that. I pay zero attention to CME gaps. Absolutely no relevance whatsoever. This is the thing. So there's the thing is that, in my opinion, the crypto space is fairly fresh and fairly uneducated, to be honest. It's a young market, so it's to be expected that a lot of people just basically have no clue what they're talking about. But yeah, CME gaps are basically just not so relevant for 24/7 markets, I would say. So if you come from older markets, then probably this will make a lot of sense to you. But yeah, I don't know. Like, CME gaps for me are just really not important at all, because they yeah, they're not interesting for me to look at. I don't think they work very well, first of all, and second of all, it doesn't really mean a lot, honestly. So that is also because I have different tools at my disposal that are, for me, working way more accurate. So I don't need to rely on well, speculative theory like that, in my opinion. It's a personal opinion, but I hold no bias or whatever. Yeah, of course. I mean, as I'm charting, I spend a lot of time on charting, so I am aware that they are there, but it's not like I'm making this important decisions because of it, you know. I'm having fun. It's a nice and relaxed evening. Hope you guys enjoy as well. Yeah, let me just check how long we're actually streaming right now. We are coming into an hour, so I think that's also kind of a nice time frame. As I feel that I'm starting to run a little bit out of things to say, because yeah, at the moment we are, like I said, we are in the process of losing this level, and we're at the moment we're not having too much price action. You know, we have identified, should we go up, then, you know, for the lower term, for the scalp traders, I think this level is looking fairly nice, where next decision moment can well present itself. And then obviously you have this high of the range, which is at 4,400. Well, if you reclaim that, then you're going to be looking again for that midline for the channel, moving up a time frame, right? And if you reclaim that, well, you know, then you can be looking up for the top of the channel, honestly. If we start actually dropping, well, then I would honestly really be looking for that for, well, I don't really want to make like this kind of prediction on a public stream, but yeah, I would not be surprised for lower levels to be hit, you know, and I'm talking about lower than 40k, for example. Definitely a possibility. But in order for that to happen, we do really need to, you know, continue to the downside. And as long as that doesn't really happen, or let's say if we start on ranging, if we keep on hovering around this level for the entire weekend, well, yeah, then you can say that not much is going to happen in the weekend, you know, which is also a very high possibility. Who knows? Who knows? That is just something that that you have to wait out on. I do have a feeling where price might go. Over the next week or so, and that is something that I'm actually going to highlight in Sunday's Champions live stream. So if you're a Champions member, maybe you're new, then Sunday evening at 8:30 Central European time, you know, we do live streams where I'm going to cover the entire chart again. So, you know, now we actually got some price action. So yeah, let's hang on. We finally got a little bit of price action. So let's look at it. At the moment, basically just you know, shorts getting squeezed again. We're coming onto that VWAP. So let's see. Got some volume coming in. Not really any new participants, mainly just people that are short getting stopped out. The moment hitting this level that I just mentioned. Let's see if we're actually going to get a rejection over here. I think we can go a little bit higher into that CC. Would be nice. It's just a few dollars, or not. You know, that's the thing, or not. I do think we might just test this VWAP. Maybe overshoot it slightly, and overshooting means just going past the level for a second and then getting back into it. So it's a very clear short squeeze, right? So you can just see that the move happened really quick, really quick. You just see people getting pushed out of the market over here by a decrease in shorts. So clear short squeeze at the moment. What you want to see now is for bullish continuation. So in order for a little bit more upside, you do want to see that open interest recovering with fresh money entering into the market. And as long as that does not happen, price will not go up. And instead, we now see actually people trying to short again. But yeah, let's see if this level actually gets hit and see if we can get a reaction over here. That would be cool for a live stream. Well, it looks like we're starting to travel away once again from this level. So with the second, it becomes more unlikely that we are going to reach a little bit higher, and more likely that we, you know, that we actually can consider this level tapped, and we got rejected off of a short squeeze. If we lose this daily point of control again, or in other words, if we travel past this price action again, then it becomes, then I would say like that was the high for now. So you see, so basically we could have taken a scalp trade here, literally, you know, so not financial advice again, need to watch my words here. Uh, so you see you're basically reaching this kind of level. So if you were scalping this, then reading this order flow kind of thing is a really nice way of making an informed decision, really. So if I would still be trading, I would have probably entered into a trade based off of that reaction. And yeah. Well, go from there, really. Um, yeah, so you see how relevant these levels eventually are, right? So I said, like, if you lose this daily point of control, then it's much likely then that we are going to go further down. And I mean not just 1 second breaching this level. I mean a candle close below this low. Below this level, then I think it's more probable that we're gonna go down. So again, we can still go up, but it's less likely. So it's always possible. Anything is possible. Anything. This is why you need to have good risk management. This is why you need to set a stop loss, or at least have a good invalidation level in mind, so that if you turn out to be wrong, which is fine as a trader. It's really not about being right all the time. And I think this is a massive misconception. Like, yeah, if you're wrong, it's fine. I don't care to be wrong. I'm happy to be wrong. All I do is just take a loss, which is part of the game, and then go on to the next trade. Right? Have that capital available for the next one, essentially. Yeah, so I think, that is really all I have to pretty much say about Bitcoin at the moment. So yeah, let's summarize a little bit. I think we had a really good time over here. We analyzed the price action over the past week. Then we focused on today's price action. Did some live analysis on stream. We did some observation into how this is progressing at the moment. Gave you some levels, and you can see that they're fairly well respected, and see how getting a little bit into my mindset, which is kind of a unique opportunity, I suppose, because this is something that I usually not do on public streams at all. So there you go. I've had a really great week, and I think this is one of the better ways to close off the week, by sharing this with the internet, so to speak. So yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. So at the moment, just progressing through this channel. It's now going to be weekend, so I don't really expect anything like really crazy. Of course, always possible, but I don't really per se expect it. So, don't forget to spend time with your family, friends, loved ones, because they deserve you as well. So, and Monday is a new day, and then you can just go at it again. So don't forget that the real world also needs some time, and it's good for the soul. So hope you've enjoyed this stream, and have a really good weekend, and catch you all in the next video then. So cheers everybody, wherever you may be. Thanks for watching, and